I'm going to deliver on what I promise in this video. You're only going to need to watch one video, and this will be the one to tell you if you were or if you are completely done with your relationship. Done, done, done. One video. This is going to be the one. So stay tuned. I'm going to try to make it super fast also. If you're watching this video because you're wanting to know, is it time to break up? Is my relationship over? You might be in one of those relationships where, number one, you've been hanging on for a long time and contemplating ending it, or you have been in one of those like rebound relationships where you keep going back over and over and over and over again, thinking things are going to get better, and they don't, and you go back and you break up and blah, blah, blah. I've been through all of that, and I have observed in myself and many others that I have known that one thing happens, and it pretty much happens to everybody that ends a relationship. So this isn't so much common when you are broken up with, but very common in those that are doing the breaking up, when they never go back to that relationship ever again, when they're 100% done with it. I'm going to tell you what that one thing is. And this is how you're going to know if when you broke up with that person, or if you're in the process now of thinking about it, how to know if you're for sure ready. For sure ready means you're not just going to go back after a day, a week, a month, 3 months, or whatever it might be, meaning you are done. This is what happens. This is the clue to look for. When you have made your decision, and I mean you have 100% for certain made your decision, and then you have acted on it, meaning you have sent them the message, you have had the conversation, whatever it is, however you've done it, for a millisecond. Now you got to pay attention because it's usually very brief. It is a fleeting thought, a fleeting emotion. For a millisecond, you're going to feel insane instant relief. Insane instant relief. Here's the caveat. It will be fleeting. It may come and go. You're not just going to sit and feel relief all the time, because you're going to be grieving. You're going to be questioning. That relief isn't going to last. For some, it lasts longer than others. It's going to come and go. But one of the very first feelings that you're going to have after you do the breaking up, or after you've made that decision that 100% it's done, you're going to feel instant relief. Now, it's not relief that the relationship is over. That is going to hurt. It's that the pain and the confusion that's done. That is the part that has been hurting the most, because the fear of regret, the confusion is a dreadful place to be stuck in. Weighing and humming and hawing. Do I do it? Do I not? Am I overreacting? Blah, blah, blah. And you're just constantly in this battle in your head. The second that battle comes to an end and you know it's over, you will feel instant relief. And then the waves of grief will come over you, and you will still go through moments where you question, but you will know if you were truly ready. If the second you made that decision to end the relationship, the second you acted on it, you felt your body go, it's over, it's done. That's how you know. That's when you know that you know that you know that this time it was for real. Now, that doesn't mean that you're not going to second guess yourself. That doesn't mean that you might even go back. But if you do, it won't work. Because you had already resolved in yourself that it was over. You will really struggle to reattach to that person if you felt instant relief when you acted on your desire to break up. When you made that decision, you will really struggle, and it will be a waste of time. So that's the number one sign that you can look for, was that instant relief. Now, you're going to have to go through all the stages of grieving. That relief will come and go. You might only feel it that one moment, and then everything after that might just be pain and loss and suffering, because you're not relieved that you don't have them anymore. That's excruciating. You're relieved that you're not wrestling anymore. And this is the one sign that I have noticed is consistent across the board, that those that end up completely leaving a relationship feel, and it's just a very consistent pattern, that so many people that break up with somebody or end a relationship, that they can all relate to that moment of just the sigh of relief that the suffering is over. Now, the unfortunate thing is the grieving process does not feel like relief. You have to then battle with the fact that you not only feel bad for yourself, for the pain that you are in because you miss this person, you want this person, you wish it could have went differently. You're also feeling a level of guilt or shame, even some remorse, not remorse, but maybe to an extent, but empathy for the person that you have broken up with, because you feel so bad knowing that they're going through the same pain, or maybe even more so because, there's the feelings of rejection that they're dealing with and abandonment. And if you have empathy and you really love that person, now you're battling with the fact that you're responsible for creating that pain. Let me remind you guys, if you broke up with this person, you had a reason to do it. You had a reason. And that doesn't mean that they're a bad person. That doesn't mean that you're a bad person. It wasn't working for the two of you. And trying to protect their heart by staying longer and longer and giving them more chances and trying to make the relationship work. And just repeating that cycle of breaking up, getting back together, breaking up, getting back together, it's not helping them. So don't reach out to them and try to reconcile, especially if you had that moment where you can relate to what I'm talking about, where you felt like you could breathe for a second. A moment of excitement came over you, a moment right after you left that relationship, a moment where you're like, oh my God, I might be able to live my life now. Oh my God, I might actually find true love one day. Maybe I'll be in a healthy relationship one day, or whatever it is, whatever feeling you had, whatever thought you had, it would have been a moment of fleeting positive emotion, a positive vibe for a moment. And that is the number one sign to look for. If you were ready to end the relationship, or if you are ready to end the relationship for good, that's the feeling you'll have. And like I said, it won't last. It will come and go. The more ready you are, the longer it will last. The less it will come and go. But that's the number one sign to look for. And lastly, I want to say, if you're having to go through that right now, I relate. It's very painful, excruciating, but necessary.